Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more. It all started innocently enough. Sarah had always known her husband, David, had a fascination with women's clothing. She would catch him stealing glances at her lingerie, admiring the delicate lace and satin. At first, she was amused by his curiosity, but as time went on, she began to notice a change in him. He seemed restless, distant, as if he was hiding something from her. One day, while cleaning out the attic, Sarah stumbled upon a box tucked away in the corner. Curious, she opened it, and her heart skipped a beat when she saw what was inside. It was a collection of women's clothing, dresses, skirts, blouses, all in various sizes and styles. She felt a mix of shock, confusion, and curiosity wash over her. Could it be that her husband was a crossdresser? Sarah couldn't shake the image of the box of women's clothing from her mind. She found herself watching David more closely, looking for any signs that he might be hiding something from her. The way he would linger in front of the mirror, the subtle way he would adjust his shirt collar, the way he would always insist on doing his own laundry, all of it seemed to point to one thing: her husband was indeed a crossdresser. One evening, after dinner, Sarah mustered up the courage to confront David. She sat him down and showed him the box of women's clothing she had found in the attic. At first, he tried to deny it, but the look of resignation in his eyes told her everything she needed to know. He was a crossdresser, and he had been hiding it from her for years. Instead of feeling anger or betrayal, Sarah felt a strange sense of curiosity and excitement. She wanted to understand this side of her husband that he had kept hidden for so long. She suggested that they explore this together, that she could help him embrace his true self. David was hesitant at first, unsure of how Sarah would react. But as she began to show interest in his crossdressing, he felt a weight lift off his shoulders. They started small, with Sarah helping him pick out outfits and teaching him how to do his makeup. With each passing day, David's confidence grew, and Sarah found herself falling in love with this new side of him. As David embraced his crossdressing side more and more, Sarah found herself drawn to him in a way she had never experienced before. She loved seeing him in the beautiful dresses and skirts, his makeup expertly applied, his hair styled just right. She couldn't help but feel a surge of desire every time she looked at him. One night, as they were getting ready for bed, David emerged from the bathroom in a stunning red dress that clung to his curves in all the right places. Sarah couldn't take her eyes off him, the desire building between them like a slow-burning fire. Without a word, she walked over to him, her hands reaching out to touch his soft, smooth skin. Their lips met in a hungry kiss, the passion between them igniting like wildfire. Sarah felt David's hands exploring her body, his touch sending shivers down her spine. She moaned softly as he pressed her against the wall, his body flush against hers, their breath mingling in the air. "Pound me, David," Sarah whispered, her voice husky with desire. "Make me yours." David's eyes darkened with lust as he lifted her effortlessly, carrying her to the bed. He laid her down gently, his hands roaming over her body, igniting every nerve ending with pleasure. With a hunger that could not be denied, he entered her, the heat of their bodies merging in a dance as old as time. Their lovemaking was intense, raw, and primal. Each thrust brought them closer to the edge, the pleasure building with each passing moment. Sarah cried out in ecstasy as she felt David's release, his body shuddering with the force of his orgasm. And as she felt her own climax wash over her, she knew that this was only the beginning of their passionate journey together. After their passionate lovemaking, Sarah and David lay entwined in each other's arms, their bodies still humming with the aftershocks of pleasure. As they caught their breath, Sarah suggested something that made David's eyes light up with excitement: going out together, with him dressed in his best cross-dressing outfit. Sarah took charge, helping David touch up his makeup and choose the perfect accessories to complement his stunning red dress. She lined his eyes with precision, enhancing their deep, soulful gaze, and applied a bold red lipstick that made his lips look irresistibly kissable. With each stroke of the brush, she felt a sense of intimacy and connection with her husband that she had never experienced before. As David looked at his reflection in the mirror, he couldn't believe the transformation. The woman staring back at him was confident, beautiful, and unapologetically herself. With Sarah by his side, he felt a newfound sense of freedom and acceptance, a feeling that he had been craving for so long. Sarah and David stepped out into the night, the city alive with the hustle and bustle of a Saturday evening. As they walked hand in hand, David felt a surge of confidence and pride in his appearance. Sarah's presence beside him was a source of strength, her love and acceptance shining like a beacon in the darkness. They entered a trendy bar, the music pulsing through the air, the lights casting a soft glow over the crowd. As they made their way to the bar, heads turned to look at the striking couple. David felt a mix of nervousness and excitement, but Sarah's reassuring smile calmed his nerves. They sat down at a table, the atmosphere charged with anticipation. As they sipped their drinks, Sarah leaned in close to David, her voice low and intimate. "You look absolutely stunning, my love. Tonight is about us, about embracing who we truly are." As the night went on, David and Sarah found themselves immersed in conversations with strangers, sharing stories and laughter with newfound friends. David's confidence grew with each passing moment, his fears and insecurities melting away in the warmth of Sarah's love. At one point, a woman approached their table, her eyes filled with curiosity and admiration. "I couldn't help but notice you too," she said, gesturing towards David. "You look absolutely stunning. I wish I had the courage to be as authentic as you are." David felt a surge of pride and gratitude at her words. He realized that by embracing his true self, he was not only finding happiness and fulfillment but also inspiring others to do the same. And as he looked into Sarah's eyes, he knew that he was exactly where he was meant to be, loved, accepted, and free to be himself. As the night drew to a close, Sarah and David made their way back home, their hearts full of joy and contentment. The city faded into the background, replaced by the warmth and intimacy of their shared space. They undressed slowly, each piece of clothing a symbol of their journey together. In the soft glow of the bedroom, Sarah and David lay tangled in each other's arms, their bodies molded together in a dance of love and connection. As they drifted off to sleep, Sarah whispered words of love and acceptance, her voice a soothing balm to David's soul. And as the night enveloped them in its embrace, David knew that he was finally home, in Sarah's arms, in his true self, in a love that knew no bounds. Together, they had crossed boundaries, shattered expectations, and emerged stronger, more united than ever before. And in that moment, as they drifted off to sleep, they knew that this is true love, and it is meant to be that way forever.